All right, Rabosai, good morning. Let us begin. So we are going to, in Yirtz Hashem, complete Os Nun Zayin this morning. So if you remember again, yesterday we began the very profound last chelek, last piece of this Os. Dovid HaMelech telling us, Gam ki'elech begeit salmoves lo ira rakit kiato imadi. So HaTzaddik introducing us to the idea that the begeit salmoves is actually a reference to Gehenna, which an incredibly dramatic idea. Reference to Gehenna. And Dovid HaMelech saying, even though I'm going to go to Gehenna, I'm not scared for you are with me. To which HaTzaddik said, Dovid HaMelech, why do you think you're going to go to Gehenna? How can you say with such certainty you're going to go to Gehenna? After all, again, David, even if you've done things wrong, Dovid HaMelech ultimately, again, is the paradigmatic example of the koach, of the power of tshuva. Furthermore, maybe you're concerned, Shema Yigro Macheit, maybe you'll do something terrible in the future. Al Tiftach Pela Satan. Right? That's not the way the Jew speaks. That's not the way the Jew thinks. It's not the way the Jew approaches life. To which Reb Tzaddik said, the Gehenna, to which Dovid HaMelech refers to, is the Gehenna of Olam Hazeh, the Gehenna that one experiences as a result of the Agmas Nefesh, as a result of the turmoil, of the inner stress, of the pain, of the embarrassment of Chet. So Dovid HaMelech says, Gam ki'elech begeit salmoves. I have experienced my Gehenna in this. I was thinking about this. The Gemara says that Dovid HaMelech, when he would walk into the Beis Medrash, they would always ask him, they would taunt him. Dovid HaMelech suffered from the taunting and from really the abuse from his enemies, both internal and external, for many, many, many years. And when he would walk into the Beis Medrash, they would say to him, David, what is the punishment for adultery? What's the punishment for adultery? So Dovid HaMelech would say, the truth is, the punishment is misa, but if he does tshuva, he has olam haba. But hamavayish es chavero berabim, but one who embarrasses his friend in public, ein lo chelik leolam haba, has no portion in the world to come. This was Dovid HaMelech's life. This is what he contended with when he went to the Beis Medrash. Forget about the external enemies that he faced. So he said, Gam ke'elech begeit salmoves. I walk in Gehenna each and every day. This is the nature of my life. Now, I will say what we began to speak about yesterday a little bit was again page Kuf Lamites. Page Kuf Lamites. Look at the bottom right of the Be'orei Chasidus. He says, "Kishahaya holich ba'atzvus umara shechor merov charata al chatav v'hari al yedei atzvus sheyesh belibo hashchina mistalekes mimenu." And we began, I believe, to speak about this dynamic yesterday. On one hand, Reb Tzaddik has been extolling the power, ultimately, of busha, and the power of agmas nefesh, and the power of inner turmoil. He's been extolling these things because they are representative of a person's status of tshuva. But at the end of the day, says Reb Tzaddik, there's another part to this, which is the possibility that as a result of the depression, of the sadness, one doesn't have the Shechina in their life. Because as Reb Tzaddik said, left-hand column, page Kuf Lamites, Share'ina Shechina Shore Elamitoch Simcha. The Az Machmas Tzaragalo. So this is really this incredible, almost profound dialectic. That on one hand, the Agmas Nefesh, the Busha, the sadness that is the result of sin, is so powerful and cathartic because it represents tshuva. That emotional reaction to sin tells me this is not part of me. This is not who I am. I am not a chote. I am a good person who sometimes does bad things, but I am not a bad person. B'haraya, look how I feel in the aftermath of doing something negative. That's the profundity here. Yet Reb Tzaddik says, on the same hand, sadness is the very emotion which drives away the Ribono Shel Olam. A person needs simcha in order to go ahead and forge a relationship with Hashem. So Dovid HaMelech says something amazing. Gam ki'elech begeit salmoves. Even though I walk in Gehenna in this world, I experience profound sadness in this world as a result of the averos that I've committed. Lo irara. If you look in Reb Tzaddik, he says over here, skip down in the middle of the paragraph, on left-hand paragraph, in Berech Hasidus. V'yalza Amar Dovid HaMelech, Gam ke'ilech begeitz ha'maves. Hainu ba'asvus al chata'ai. Lo irara. Lo irara ki ata imadi. So Dovid HaMelech says, Ribono Shel Olam. Somehow, someway now, Reb Tzaddik here gets into different or more specific ideas as to what Ra represents. I don't think it's central for our theme right now. But Reb Tzaddik is saying over here something so profound. That Dovid HaMelech is saying is, even though I experience the busha, the agmas nefesh, the visceral emotions of chait in this world, nevertheless, lo irara, I am not worried about a spiritual downfall. Why? In other words, ki ata imadi. Because ultimately, again, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, somehow I've found a way to create this balance between the agmas nefesh and sadness of sin, yet the need to go ahead and maintain a positive simchadik disposition in life. So we'll see here what's happening over here. This I think, is perhaps one of the most profound, I think it's one of the most profound things I've ever learned in my life. Reb Tzaddik is saying life, successful spiritual living, requires this incredible dialectic balance. On one hand, I have to have the agmas nefesh and the sadness and the profound embarrassment, the busha, over what I've done wrong. The danger with that is you could lose yourself in it. You could lose yourself in it, right? I could become so overwhelmed by the sadness, by the embarrassment of what I've done, that I give up hope on myself. I just lose myself in that abyss of sadness. So that's why the other side of the coin is, yes, I have agmas nefesh, I have busha, I have charata, I have all of these things about chait, but I also possess optimism, hope, resolve for the future. I can do better. I can be better. I can live better. These are these two sides of the coin. The busha, charata, agmas nefesh, hope, optimism, promise for the future. And that, says Reb Tzaddik, is what Dovid HaMelech is saying in this capital of Tehillim. In this one phrase, Gam ki elech begeitz ha'maves. I live in the Gehenna of Olam Hazeh, the Gehenna which is often the aftermath of chait, where I recognize that I messed up so badly. It didn't need to be this way. This is not who I am. The busha, the agmas nefesh, the charata, the lo irara. The lo irara says, Dovid HaMelech says, but I'm not scared that I'm going to lose myself in it. I'm not scared that I'm going to lose myself in it. Why? Ki ata imadi. Because I know, I've also listened to what Tzaddik says, I know that despite everything terrible that I've done, you, Ribono Shel Olam, you don't leave me. You don't leave me. Why don't you leave me? Because you believe in me. Because you believe in me. Because Baruch Hu, you believe in me because you see the good that I possess. And if you believe in me, that gives me the koach to believe in myself. So therefore, again, as much as I have to live with the busha, with the agmas nefesh, with the charata, because that's necessary and that's good. That's good. When I react that way to chait, that's a good sign. I won't lose myself in it. Lo irara. I won't lose myself in it. Ki ata imadi. Because I realize you don't forsake me. You don't leave me. And if you believe in me, ultimately that gives me the koach to believe in myself. Also, we'll stop over here for today. We'll pick up with Osnul Chas tomorrow.